but so let's go get this done.
All right.
Yeah, no, come on up here behind us.
Johnny,
And then,
nice to see you.
why don't I just recognize each of you as well, so you can say something and I apologize.
Yes.
Where's Alice?
Can everybody hear me? Yes. Excellent. We don't have any sound equipment here, so we're just going to have to enunciate to the back row. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you, Senator Markey, for continuing to be with us, and all of our delegation for continuing to be with us on this. Last month, actually, what month is this? This is April. Last month, we celebrated our 6th anniversary. Of fighting this compressor station. And although we see it here, it's constructed, it is not operating. Enbridge will tell you it's operating, but Enbridge has a little problem with the truthiness. So we have been watching this vigilantly. We have elves that watch this, and we know that they have not been performing the way they should. And actually, 2 days ago, they issued basically a statement saying that they didn't have capacity and they were kind of shutting off the gas. It's called an OFO. And it was a little bit weird. The OFOs usually mean they have a problem in the line, or they have a problem, they don't have enough gas, or they have too much gas. It just depends. So, all of you who have worked so hard for 6 long years, all of you who have supported us for 6 long years, thank you. And
justice and fairness to taking on Enbridge as they tried to build a straw through Weymouth and Braintree and Quincy so they can move natural gas from Pennsylvania up to Canada and off to the world markets, to China and to Europe. What's in it for Weymouth? What's in it? Nothing but taking the risks of environmental damage that could occur if an accident occurs on this location. So it's just great to be joined here today by Senator Walter Timilty, Senator John Keenan, Senator Patrick O'Connor, Representative Jamie Murphy, Rep. Joe Moschino, and Weymouth Town Councilor Becky Hall. And so we thank you all for being here. And I'm going to ask the state senators and state representatives if they would like to speak as well. So let me just say this. The Weymouth Compressor Station is a dangerous and unnecessary project that must be stopped. Last September, the Weymouth Compressor Station was placed into service despite strong and vocal opposition from this surrounding set of communities. That same month, the compressor station experienced 2 unplanned gas releases, which prompted the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, PHMSA, the federal agency responsible for the safety of this site, to halt the compressor station's activities. Despite my repeated calls for Enbridge and federal agencies to shut down this dangerous project, PHMSA allowed the Weymouth Compressor Station to fully resume operations on January 22nd, 2021. What does that coincide with? Of course, a going out of business present for the natural gas industry by the Trump administration, just as they were losing power. This is unacceptable, and it puts our communities and our environment back at risk, even as the climate crisis continues to worsen. This project forces our residents to sacrifice their health and their safety to become a throughway for foreign gas markets. Massachusetts residents have nothing to gain here and everything to lose. Our consumers don't want to be linked with more expensive foreign markets in Europe and in China. But that is what this project would do. Last year's unplanned gas releases made real the direct threat that this compressor station poses to public safety. Despite these warnings, residents' concerns on safety and public welfare have so far gone unheard. This project also brings up serious environmental justice concerns. The compressor station is located near two state-designated environmental justice communities, which are regularly subjected to high levels of pollution. Residents in this area have statistically higher rates of cancer, pediatric asthma, and cardiovascular and respiratory diseases. The majority of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commissioners have noted the project's serious environmental justice, health, and safety concerns. The Commission is now re-examining the project. So they have now voted 3-2 to vote to re-examine the project. Now that Joe Biden's chairman of the FRRACS is in power, no compressor station should be built in our already overburdened communities. This project threatens the safety of our residents and our environment just to support our natural gas being sent overseas to benefit the company's bottom line. That is why I will be reintroducing legislation to prevent the continued operation of any compressor station that would be built as part of a pipeline project meant to export natural gas out of our country. None of this natural gas is needed for Massachusetts. It's just being shipped through, again, like a straw. To stop until we win. So thank you all so much for being with us here today. Now let me turn and recognize Senator Walter Timothy.
Good morning to everybody. A very happy Easter and a very happy Passover. Alice, first of all, thank you and your wonderful organization. Each and every activist that stands in front of us and behind us, thank you. You are our heroes and heroines, and you are the most courageous of citizens. And to Jamie Murphy and Pat O'Connor, thank you for your leadership here on the local level. Senator Markey, thank you on the federal level. We are a team here. We are a team that Alice so properly pointed out that has been in existence for 6 years. And this is a team that will stay together because, as I've said before, and many of us have said, this is an odious proposal at the wrong time and in the wrong place. And not only is this bad for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Fore River Basin, which we're all very proud to be part of the Fore River delegation, this is precedent setting for the whole country. As you mentioned earlier, Senator, this is very important for our whole country. This is precedent. And we are fighting and making a statement here in Weymouth and on the South Shore. And we will continue and we will prevail. And tide is on our side. And that tide is coming in. That tide is coming in. And we will prevail and we will never waver. This delegation, which I'm very proud to be a part of, will never surrender on this. And we will stand shoulder to shoulder with Alice, with you, and with each and every activist here. So thank you and God bless.
Senator John Keenan.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here. And I'd like to say happy 6th birthday. But 6 years is a long time, but it is happy because of all the work that you have all done has put a stop to some degree of what's been going on. The progress would have been so much greater if you hadn't been involved. And I hope that 6 years from now, you're not celebrating your 12th birthday, but instead we will look out and see that gone, and that you will gather here on picnic blankets, enjoying the beautiful spot that it is without the worry of your safety and the safety of your neighbor. Of course, so much of this fight is at the federal level, and we have a true champion leading that fight, Senator Markey. Thank you so much. We will prevail. Keep fighting a good fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Patrick O'Connor.
thank you everybody for being here. I didn't know whether to clap or not when you said 6 years. It was a weird moment. You know, this project got brought to my attention by Becky Haw about 5.5, 6 years ago when we got noticed from then Spectra Energy that something was going to happen here and that they were in talks with Calpine about this piece of property. And to see what this has morphed into and to see the coalition that we've been able to build, and to Senator Markey, thank you for your leadership on this and for introducing this language. But the grassroots support that we've been able to build against this project, because it just flies in the face of everything that I think that we all collectively believe in. It flies in the face of the federal and state guidelines and missions that we have towards a cleaner, greener economy and a 2050 roadmap to zero-based emissions. It flies in the face of the safety of our neighborhoods and our children who are in this area. It flies in the face of every single thing that we hold dear. And I couldn't be prouder of the work that Alice has done and the colleagues in government. We have a brief that's due that the Fore River Basin delegation is going to be putting together. Daria in my office, who went to law school, a lot based off of this project, will as a lawyer be writing her first brief. And it'll be against this project. Collectively we put together over hundreds of letters at this point in time. And we wouldn't be standing here today without the colleagues that we have, everyone that's standing behind you right here, everyone that's out in the crowd, everyone who attended a FRRACS meeting, everyone who's been part of this, whether it be from the beginning or you recognize this.
We continue the battle. Thank you to all of you, and thank you to Alice, thank you to my colleagues in government. You know, over the years we've been fighting this, and it's just the right thing to do. Our minds are in the right place, our hearts are in the right place. We're doing it for the kids that go to school around here, for the people that live around here. We're doing it for the residents that can't be out at all these meetings, but they know that we have their back, that you have their back. And it's been a long battle, and we haven't given up. Many people along the way said, oh, what are you fighting that for? It's an uphill battle. Well, you know what? If there's a 1% chance of winning, we're going to continue to fight. We continue. I say 1%, maybe it's higher. But you keep fighting till there's no fight left. And I can tell you, speaking on behalf of my colleagues and myself and Senator Markey, there's still plenty of fight left. So as we continue our battle, we continue to keep attention on this issue. We continue to fight, continue to meet down here and talk about the issues of the day. Things have changed over the years, it's progressed over the years, but due to your efforts and Alice's efforts and our efforts all working together, we've slowed the project to a halt. And I'm confident that if we continue what we're doing, all holding hands together like we always have been, continuing the good fight, continuing the fight for our community, the future of our towns, our kids' future, so that they're not going to be here 6 years from now or 60 years from now breathing stuff that's coming out of this building behind me. It might be the Alice Arena Park. And so we'll be laying up blankets, like they say, having picnics and thinking about the past when we were a lot younger, fighting the good fight and stopping this monstrosity behind us. So thank you all. Keep up the good fight. We're not done yet.
I love it. Alice Arena Park. Sounds great. Representative Joni Moschino.
Batting wrap up. I guess what I'd like to say is, building on the comments of my colleagues, my really wonderful colleagues, whatever we want, wherever we want, for just straight up dollars. And that's what this is about. You stop them here, and his legislation is going to stop this in other places. And I think we need to thank the senator again, because he has come and paid attention to us, and he has really listened to you. He has listened to the facts. You have been about facts. You have never been about not in my backyard. You have always been about the science, and you have always been about public health and public safety and the environmental justice. And I have to say, I'm always inspired when I'm in your presence. And I just think we should give the senator another round of applause.
So we are going to stay in this battle, and we are not going to stop until we win. The health and the safety of the residents of Weymouth and Braintree and Quincy are at stake. The health of our climate and our planet is at stake. And on the other side are the profits of the natural gas industry, endangering children, endangering families, endangering our planet. So, in many ways, the Weymouth Compressor Station is a microcosm. It is the example of the environmental injustice that has been the history of the fossil fuel industry in our country, where the profits are made by faraway corporations.